Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I think it's been long enough. We got to jump back on this body. If you remember before in some of the videos ago, several videos ago, we did get a lot of body work done. We replaced that rear fender on the passenger side, replaced the floor in the back, which was a big deal. I still cannot find that rear fender on the driver's side. So if you guys know any of that, anywhere I can get one of those that's in good shape, let me know and drop the comments down below. But we got a lot of work on our hands, and this is the kind of the final piece before we can put the body back on. We got to make this thing look good. So let's go to work. Guys, this thing has also been in here for long enough, covered in primer dust and everything else. A lot of spiders. That's cool. So here's the hood. The hood's actually in really decent shape. It has been sitting here for months. So nice and dirty, lots of spider webs. However, I'm not really sure if I do the hood now, I would have to go ahead and put it back on the body of the Humvee itself, because it might just be in the way. I may just kind of start work on that, maybe clean it, prime it or something, and just kind of move it off to the side and get on the body more or less. But it all needs to get done. And this is just sitting here collecting dust. So I went ahead and brought it up here by the house, guys. It's easier. I don't have to hook some hoses together, go down there. Let's go ahead and spray all this crap off and see what we're working with. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and give this thing a scuff. It's actually in really decent shape. Like, it's not any gashes and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just scuff it up, and I think the bottom side will be ready to prime. I'm not gonna really go way into depth on this. There's no need to. So here we go. Okay, here's where we left off. There's the new floor in the back right there. Man, that big, heavy duty, thick tarp right there, it's one of the thicker ply ones or whatever it is. It did good, really good. I mean, it's been on here for months. So we definitely got some damage we got to take care of. And we definitely got to do something with this fender over here. So here's the one we replaced. For all the guys that don't know yet. So new floor, see all the new rivets and everything. This floor was absolutely destroyed. It was so beat up. I mean, you got used as a truck, so whatever. But we got that fender all good to go. Got to do something with these B pillars. I might just order new ones of these because the nut inserts are trashed. I don't know. We'll figure all that out. But major body damage that we have to work with here is this piece here. Down there, I mean, you can see and it's pretty beat up. But a couple weeks ago, I did order that, but that is for the driver's side. That one goes here. I really don't need it. This is by far the better panel than the other side. I just haven't ordered the other side yet, but this is, I mean, it's really straightenable. I might even hang on to that other piece. We'll see. I mean, I've already pre-drilled the holes for the rocks panels or the jack rails, and those things are great. They do cover a lot of this trash and dents and dings and all that stuff. Over here, the floor looks pretty good on the driver's side all the way around. It really does not look bad. Here's this fender. That's not good. So that fender is, I wish they wouldn't have cut a big hole in it, or I would like to get a topper. So if you guys cannot find a fender online, try to help me out. See if you can find just the top piece right here. And you just have to take off all these rivets, basically put a new top piece on here, and that would be fine with me. Honestly, it would be a whole lot easier if I could just find a topper. Also, if you guys know where any of the brake covers are, I did see one of those on eBay a long time ago, and I should have jumped on them, but didn't, and now I can't find them. So just let me know, guys, if you guys can find any of these parts for me. Topper, brake covers. Also, guys, the shed is pretty cleaned out. Put some new paper down here so I can not make such a mess, or it's so dusty in here. So I gave it a good sweep. I did have one of you guys, a subscriber, came out here the other day, got all my old Humvee stuff. Remember all the lines and vent tubes, and he got the transfer case, the seats. I mean, man, he took it. I mean, I was just I gave him the drive shaft too. I was like, let's clean out the Humvee stuff that I don't need. Hey, it's looking better in here. Give this thing a perm. There you go. My goodness, dude, it laid down perfect. Just a little scuff. It looks amazing. Really, really does. I don't know why we're getting in the shade right now. Looks really good. So as soon as I started throwing the primer down, I stopped. It was a little thick there, as you could probably see, and then I kind of moved the camera, did all that. But I just pulled it back in, added some more lacquer thinner to it. You got to make that stuff thinner. That U-Paul is thick stuff. Got to reduce it. Just want to get that nice consistency going on there. I got it second time around. But that primer looks amazing. Boy, that looks good, doesn't she? So, about ready to paint this thing. I didn't really plan on painting it today, but man, it's beautiful out here and there's zero wind. And I can do this outside. Let's do it. A little wet sand and shoot some color. Go ahead and wax and grease remove this thing and spray it. Well, remember how I said it wasn't windy? Well, it's windy. Just enough to make a guy mad when it's stuff starts dropping on your brand new paint. So we're gonna paint it right here in the shed. Let's go. Oh yeah. There's quote one. It's soaking wet. Yes. Do coat two in just a second. Coat number two. Let's go. So, been debating this quite heavily right now in the last 20 minutes or so. So I'm debating whether to clear coat this gloss or matte on the underneath side. So you guys know, it's kind of what we ended at here. Matte, that matte clear, if it ever gets any fluid, silicone, I just know this from the doors with that weather stripping that had like silicone on it or oil or something. It goes right on that mat and it's hard to get off. I mean, you just got to wipe it off with some water. However, what if the underneath side of the hood, it slings up some motor oil or who knows what, power steering fluid, whatever. If that goes on the matte finish underneath the hood, that is not good because that is probably not going to come off, and that spot in the matte will probably always be glossy. So, made a decision. We're going to gloss the underneath side, and then we're going to matte the top. And the truck's going to be matte anyway, other than accents. So I think this is great. And I got plenty of gloss, so this works out. And that's a large area. It's huge. But I think having a gloss clear coat, if something does splatter on it, just wipe right off. Well, this is taking forever to dry up, so I can go ahead and shoot some clear on it. It's wasting the day. It's going to be nighttime before I try to do this. I don't want to spray clear on there when it's still wet. Yeah. Let's finally shoot some clear coat on the bottom. Last coat. Coat two. My. Guys, sorry I got my mask on. It's still foggy. Dude, that looks amazing. That looks so good. That is absolute glass. Hey, when you open that engine bay, it's gonna be pimping. Standing. All right, guys, I just gave the hood a quick little coat just on a very, very few spots. This was the worst right here. It was just like a good little gouge. But I'm going to go ahead and prime this entire hood and then go from there and just see if I have any high and low spots, which I really don't think I will. I've got it all the way up to 320 right now. So, you know, after we prime it, I'll sand it some more and then just go from there and get it really smooth. And if there's anything to fix, we'll fix it then. I was really worried about the bottom under here because it hasn't even been 24 hours. I was like, do not mess up the clear. So far, so good, but I was scared. Time to prime. Let's go. Guys, so the hood is done. It is still soaked. This is matte clear and it's doing its thing. It's starting to dry at the bottom a little bit. However, bottom side seems to be good still. This was an absolute pain to do by yourself and kind of maneuver it. And I just used a piece of cardboard and went under. I don't know what happened to my phone. It wasn't recording, so whatever. So you guys saw me prime it and now it's done. So that's cool. So anywho, so guys, a lot of product wasted here. Where I had put those little bitty stripes of Bondo or glazing putty over it, you could see it after it was nice and matte like this. Sorry, I had it all taped off. Anyway, redid the top, fixed some body work. I just couldn't live with it. This corner was pretty rough right here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and it's sleeting outside, by the way. But I have this thing in here right now, so it's going good. What I'm gonna do today is just go ahead and clear these little pieces up here. These are going high gloss. I'm gonna do those and just put them in the basement and come back at this tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of parts here for the hood to go back together, like everything. Headlights are in here. Not going to show them to you yet, but I have all these parts ready to rock and roll, and the hood is just, yeah, it's not there. A, it's raining, it's cold, and B, I don't have any more paint. So without any more paint, I'm just screwed right now. So I'm just gonna wait on that paint to arrive. It'll probably take another day or two to get here. And then we will start the new video, finish shooting that hood off, be done. And then that thing's ready to rock and roll. Also, this. So what I have been working on out here this morning, since it's all rainy, is these hood spacers. Yes, this is wood. And this is the only thing that I can find or figure out to get the hood spacer that I need. I did this on the other Humvee as well. I would love to get some rubber ones, but I cannot find a piece of rubber that is 3 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and 1.5 inches in depth. So if you guys can find that, that'd be amazing. The only time I've ever seen these is if you buy a whole lift kit for a Humvee, like the whole thing. And I don't even think they make a 3-inch, to be honest. So I can't find them. But in the meantime, this will definitely keep the hood. It only supports a hood. And it just lifts the front of a hood up. So I definitely need them. I spaced them out, drilled everything out to be, and they're ready to go. So again, guys, we will paint that hood on the next video real quick and then put that whole thing together. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and put it on the body. And that way it can be out of my way and kind of backwards of what I want to do with this video. And that's a lot of paint. It's a lot of surface, and I wasted a whole lot of product. And all because that Bondo was showing through the hood there, and it looked perfect. Let me describe this to you guys again. I did not see any when I primed it. I did not see it sticking up when I sprayed it with base. It only came up when the matte clear dried. Even when the matte clear was wet, I could not see any imperfections in the hood. It looked beautiful. It dried, pow, poked right through. I'm like, I can't live with that. But anyways, stay tuned. Next time, next video, it's going on the hood, and we'll start on the body. Let's go.